Today on Crypto Win Rate, I'm going to show you how to set take profit and stop loss orders on KCEX. We'll cover how to set them before entering a trade, how to add them to an existing position, how to use batch/multiple take profit and stop loss orders, and how to set a trailing stop order. If you want a deposit bonus and additional USDT prizes, I recommend you create a KCEX account with the link in the description. New users who register with our link will be eligible to receive these exclusive welcome bonuses. We're going to place a 3x market long on BTC with our full balance. Now, before we execute our order, we can see there is a box that says TPSL. This stands for take profit or stop loss. We are going to click on this. A take profit closes the covered amount when the market reaches a profitable target, helping you lock in gains automatically, while stop loss closes it when the market moves against the trade, helping you prevent a manageable loss from becoming much larger. Traders use both to create an exit plan before entering and reduce emotional decisions. They also protect the trade without requiring someone to watch the chart constantly. These orders can't guarantee the exact closing price during a fast move, but beginners should still plan a stop loss and profit target before entering a leverage position. So that's what we're going to do right now. On KCEX, there are a couple different ways to set our take profit and stop loss. There is by ROI. The ROI percentage measures the return of your total investment. We have the easier option, in my opinion, which is trigger price. If we have a trigger price in mind, we want to exit our position at, let's say I'll be happy when Bitcoin hits 100,000. We can do this. And then on the downside, maybe about 40,000 to cut our losses. There's also advanced options. We can set our take profit and stop loss by ROE. This measures the return percentage on the margin you use to open a leverage position. So this includes our 3x leverage. So let's say I'll be happy with a 50% gain. That would take Bitcoin to about 75,515. On the downside, I don't want to lose more than 30% of my initial position. And we can see Bitcoin's price would be at about 58,000. We can also set our take profit and stop loss by price change. This is just the percentage change of the asset from when you entered the trade. So right now Bitcoin's at 64,766. I'll be happy if it goes up 40%. We can see what price that takes us to. And on the downside, it's the same thing. If it's down 20%, it will take us to about 52,000. Lastly, we can set it by P&L. This is your profit on your margin. So we can see if Bitcoin was at 100,000, we would be up about $324. This again has to do with our 3x leverage. On the downside, let's say you don't want to lose more than $100 on your trade. That means we would be sold out of our position at around 54,000 BTC. I just wanted to show you all the different options, but we are just going to keep things simple and use trigger price, and we're going to set our take profit at 100,000 and our stop loss price around 50,000. We can now open our long, quickly look at the details of our trade, and then we can confirm it. We can see that our order was filled. If we would scroll down a little bit, we can see our position under open positions. If we wanted to check out our take profit and stop loss order, we would just head to open order. Here we can see there are different sections, and under TPNSL, here is our order. This is where we can edit our take profit and stop loss order or cancel it. I'm now going to show you how to add a take profit and stop loss to your existing position. So we're going to head back to open position, and we're just going to scroll a bit to the right. And here we can see under TPNSL, it says add. Click on this, and this is where we can now add a take profit and stop loss. We again can decide how we want to set our take profit and stop loss. This time we are going to set it by change percentage. I'll be happy to exit my position if Bitcoin goes up 50%. And on the downside, I want to protect my position if Bitcoin goes down 30%. And we can confirm these orders. Just a quick note, when I was editing the footage, I realized I forgot to change the stop loss from P&L to change percentage. So that was supposed to be 30%. The stop loss should have been set around 45,000. Now under take profit and stop loss, we can see the orders. This is where we can edit the orders, or if we click on these recycling bins and confirm, it cancels them. Next, I'm going to show you how to add multiple take profit and stop losses to your existing position. Again, we're going to click on add under take profit and stop loss, but instead of our full position, we're going to click on batch. Using batch allows us to choose how much of our margin we want to include in our take profit and stop loss order. So instead of our full position, I can create take profit and stop loss orders on just $250 worth of our position. For a take profit, setting multiple or batch orders lets you secure some profit at an earlier target while keeping part of the position open for a potentially larger move. For stop losses, this can reduce part of your position at one price and close the remaining amount if the market continues moving against you. This gives traders more flexibility when managing risk and profits. So for this demonstration, we're going to set two different take profit and stop loss batch orders. So for our first batch order, we're going to sell about 40% of our position. And I want to do this once Bitcoin is up 60%. And on the downside, switch this to change. I want to exit about 40% of our position if Bitcoin goes down 15%. And we're going to confirm these orders. We can now click on batch and we can see both of these orders. We can now add a second order, and this order is going to be the rest of our position. I'm going to let the trade run. So I don't want to be fully out of my position unless Bitcoin is up 100%. And on the downside, if Bitcoin goes past about 45,000, I don't want to stay around for much longer and I'm going to exit my position, and we can confirm this. We can now see both of our batch orders. We can edit or cancel them here as well. If we wanted to cancel the orders, we can just click on cancel all. The last type of order I want to show you how to do is a trailing stop order. So under trigger, click on trailing stop. The trailing stop order is a close order. So we're going to switch that. And for the quantity, we want the trailing stop order to close our entire position. A trailing stop order can manage a position as the market moves. There are two parts to the trailing stop: trail variance and activation price. Let's say we would set the trail variance to 10% and our activation price at 90,000 BTC. Once Bitcoin hits the 90,000 activation price, the trailing stop becomes active. With a 10% trail variance, the stop follows Bitcoin as it rises. If Bitcoin reaches 100,000 and then falls 10% to 90,000, the trailing stop triggers. If Bitcoin rises to 110,000 first, it would trigger after a 10% drop to 99,000. So we're going to go ahead and close our long and confirm the order. Now to see our trailing stop order, we can just go to open orders, and then under trailing stop, we can see it. Here's where we can edit our trailing stop. We can change the trail variance, the size of our order, and the activation price, and we can also cancel it. If we wanted to close our trade, we can close it with a market or a limit order in the order panel, or we can scroll down to open positions and then click close. Here we can decide how much we want to close. We can choose the price, so it would be a limit order, or if we just click on market, it would give us the best price. We can click confirm, and we can see that our order was closed successfully. If we want to see how our trade did, we can check out position history. Here we can see we lost about $2.75 on that trade. And that about wraps up our take profit and stop loss tutorial on KCEX. Hopefully this gave you a clear and simple understanding of how to set and manage your exits. If you want a deposit bonus and additional USDT prizes when signing up to KCEX, you should create an account with the link below this video. The link will take you to this sign up page where you can see all the bonuses you are eligible for. If you like this video, feel free to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. We also have a website at cryptowinrate.com with plenty of crypto content and tons of educational guides for you to sift through. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.